Turner trying to get her 6th strikeout of the day. Here it comes. It is in there. No, it's going to be high. Ball number 1. Here at Field 2 at Starplex Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's going to heat up to be a hot one. We're working our way up to the high 80s by the time this one's over. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be straight to the pitcher, a fielder's choice to second, and they're going to get her out over there at second. So out, fielder's choice, and that's going to be the second out of this one. And Shelton gets to first on that fielder's choice there. Dennis letting the team know they got 2 away here. Being commanding the team from behind home plate there as Turner comes with a pitch. It's going to be in there and low, a ball number 1 here against Kelsey Turner, the senior second baseman for the Lady Hawks. Turner moving some dirt around, getting settled. Here comes the pitch to Turner, and going to be inside there for a 2-0 count against Turner. Turner to Turner matchup here. This is the 3rd time we've had it, and all 3, and both times we've had it before. The Sequatchie County Turner, I should say, has got 2 strikeouts on the Jackson Southside Turner here. And here comes pitch number 3, and it's going to be a strike right down the barrel there, and there you go. Get some momentum on that one. 2-1 the count now against Kay Turner for the Hawks. Here comes the pitch. It's in there and going to be inside and low for ball number 3, a 3-1 count for Turner against Turner. And you did get that right, for Turner and against Turner there, as Mackenzie Turner against Kelsey Turner in this one. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside. And Kelsey Turner, she's going to walk, and that's going to send Shelton over to second on the walk. Now up to bat is Josie Willingham, the senior. She is the shortstop for the Lady Hawks. Lady Indians, in case you're just joining us with a 4-1 lead here, sorry I hadn't had the chat on today. I will do a better job of that in case y'all are inviting that. So just feel free to comment on the Spreaker app, and we'll be sure to give you a shout-out if you do that. Now here comes the pitch from Turner. It's in there, and it's going to be low for a ball 1. Turner's going to step back behind the circle again, halfway between the circle and second base. You got 2 on. One of those is Shelton. She's on second. The other is Kelsey Turner after being walked there just the last at-bat. Here comes the next pitch. It's going to be hit into center field, and that's going to be out number 3 there as a fly out to center field for Willingham, and that's going to retire the side, and they strand 2 in that inning there for Southside. So that brings us up to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stranded for Southside in this game. And I believe Sequatchie County's only left 2 stranded. As next up for the Indians, and what a way to go there. Ella Edgman back up to bat, and she's going to try to end this cold streak she's had in this game. She's grounded out to third twice, once in the first and once in the 3rd inning. And that's going to put her at 3-10 in the tournament after those 2 at-bats today, and she's going to try to break, of course, that cold streak there. By the way, 53 of 53 on stolen bases. The state record for entire state tournament performance is 11. She tied the record in the state tournament for stolen bases in a game, is what she did. And by the way, Shelton, she has 3 stolen bases in this one. So if she gets 1 or 2 more, she's going to be right up there with Edgman, either tying her or getting ahead of her. And that record for Edgman will only have stood 1 day. And the umpire is going to clear off the plate as Edgman comes up to bat. She's the left-handed batter, so a little bit closer to this first base. So she gets a hit, gets a low ball, or she can get on there because she is a speed freak and a stolen base extraordinaire. Now some excitement over here in this AAA field. I can hear it out of the side of my ear. And here comes Beaver up to the I want to say mound because I was doing baseball, but up to the circle. Here comes the pitch from her, and it's going to be outside, ball 1 against Edgman. Excuse me. Here in the top of the 5th, that's ball 1. Here comes the next pitch from Beaver. Third baseman for Southside over, leaned up, expecting it. And Edgman's going to finally get on as the ball goes right past the left side, or the pitcher's right side, between second base and the shortstop there. It's going to be picked up by the center fielder for the Red Hawks, but that's going to be a base hit for Edgman. And now she's on first. And this Rabbit and Costello, they would ask who's on first, and I would say Ella Edgman, and that's just it for that one. So, up next, Addie Edgman, the sister of Ella Edgman. She's a freshman. Ella, the junior. Ella's on first. Addie up to bat. She's going to show a bunt, and she's going to send it down the third base line, but it's going to be a few feet. It's going to go foul a few feet down from home base down that third base line. So strike 1 there, 0-1 count. Seeing a lot of the baseball players here today and a lot of the baseball parents here watching this game today. As baseball plays at 2 p.m., we'll be there on the call for that one. As Addie shows bunt again, the ball gets away from the catcher, and Ella steals another base. That's her 5th of the tournament, and she hesitates, thinks about going for third, thinks better of it, and gets back on second. And now we got a 1-1 count for Addie Edgman, I believe. Yes, that is right. Just double-checking with my statistician over here. Well, it's not my statistician, TWSAA statistician, but might as well be. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be outside, and ball number 2 on that. 2-1 count there for the center fielder, Edgman. The freshman center fielder, by the way. And here comes the pitch from Beaver with 1 on for the Indians, and it's going to be low. And they're going to call that one a ball. Ball number 3 on this at bat. Edgman sitting out there on second. Always interesting to see Addie there because Ella always ends up on second, and then Addie's up next. And you see them kind of align between the pitchers standing between them. As the pitch comes here to Addie, and she's going to she's going to strike. She's not going to strike her out, but she will catch her swinging there. So we got a 3-2 count here against Addie. Addie did score last time off a home run by Megan Hall, and the time before that she grounded out as a shortstop in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. It's in there. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. It's going to be in the air, and out number 1 of this inning, a fly out to shortstop as Ella Edgman stopped on second, not able to get to third because it was to the shortstop. And here comes the second baseman, the junior, Peyton Longson. Her sister, Bailey Longson, was on the 2014 team that got to the state tournament last time. And so here we sit, and a lot of commotion on this AAA field over here. Must be some excitement brewing over there. Beaver, here comes the pitch from her. It's going to be inside, and a ball. I'm going to try to get some updates for you in this girls' softball here. Some of these scores from around the fields here at Starplex. I'm looking at one, so I can't look at all of them. Here's the pitch. Comes in, and it's going to be a ball there. So 2-0 count to Longson. And Longson going to step out and take a few swings. Practice swings, that is. Going to step back into the box now. And Beavers looking to give him the long look. Edgman behind her on. That's Ella Edgman on second. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there. It's going to be high inside for ball number 3 to Longson. And Longson didn't take any pitches last time. She just hit the first one she saw. And fielder's choice put her on first. But an error put Addie Edgman on second that last time up. Here comes the pitch in there, and it's going to be a ball 4, and she's going to be walked to first. And for the second inning in a row, or for the second at-bat in a row, Longson's going to get on first base. Up next, Jessica Dennis, the catcher. She's grounded out to third, grounded out to center field, usually a power hitter. She's had 5 home runs for this Lady Indians team this season. And now Beaver, 2 on, 1 out for the Indians. Beaver in the circle. Longson on first, Edgman on second, and that's going to go in there. It's going to be low. It's going to be a ball there for Dennis. Looking for our scores here on girls softball. And here comes the pitch from Beaver. It's going to be hit up. It's going to fall. No, it's going to fall into the glove of the right fielder for Southside. And Edgman and Edgman and Longson will stay in place where they are as Dennis flies out to right field for out number 2 of this inning. And, by the way, Whitwell, they get the 7-1 win. They lost yesterday to Columbia Academy 7-0. They get the 7-1 win over Unaka in the losers bracket over there, and they'll play the winner of Sell Creek and Cascade. So we could have a Chattanooga area matchup between Sell Creek and Whitwell over there. And here comes the pitch. It's going to be low for Megan Hall, who last time up, she homered out to left field. A little controversy on that, but she did get the home run. And that's ball 1 to Megan Hall. 2 outs, 2 on for the Lady Indians. Longson on first, Edgman on second. She stole a base to get there after singling in her at-bat. And balls are going to be outside there, a 2-0 count for Hall. 2 more balls, and we might have loaded bases here against Beaver. And now the catcher, number 33 for Southside, Bree Ramsey, is going to come up and talk to her pitcher, maybe try to keep her going. I'm not sure. I've not seen any other pitchers here for Southside. Looks like they're only looks like the only pitcher they've had. I know this is the only pitcher they've had in Beaver this tournament. So I don't know if they had any other pitchers they can go to maybe give her a break, because you would think that if you can give her a little bit of break and then maybe you win this game, you're good to go. But I'm not sure there's anybody that can replace her at this moment. Here comes the pitch. They'll be inside there. They're not going to call it, so it's going to be a 3-0 count here for against Hall. But again, Whitwell, they win against Unaka 7-1. So they continue to survive and advance, and the Sequatchie County Indians will be in the same position they are if they can get by and win this one. They'll both play at 4 o'clock this evening. Here's the pitch. It's going to be fouled off and hit the net there for strike number 1. We got a 3-1 count on Hall. And now Hall gonna step out of the box, take a practice swing, look over at Coach Veal in the dugout. Now she's gonna step back in on deck. Callie Green, I want to say Kana, that's her younger sister. Callie Green on deck. Hall in the box, 3-1 count on her. Here comes the pitch. It's gonna be inside, and they're gonna walk her, and probably a good thing for Southside because she homered the last time she went up against this pitcher. So now bases are loaded on the walk. That's 2 walks that Beaver has given up in this inning. First one was to Longson, and now the second one here to Hall. Helicopter flies overhead from the airport just to the left side of the Starplex complex over here, so it flies over the field. The wind kind of pushing down that net. Now it's out of the way. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be in there, and it's going to be a ball just outside that zone to Green. Green, the right fielder, a sophomore, number 3 for this Lady Indian squad. Bases loaded here for Sequatchie County. They could extend this lead here with 2 outs, 3 on in this 5th inning, and that would ultimately, may not seal the game, but put them in a pretty good position to win this one. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a strike down that outside zone, but it is going to be a strike just inside the box there. Excuse me. Hopefully my voice will stay intact because we have 3 broadcasts potentially that we will have today, especially if Sequatchie County softball wins this one. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be down the first base line. They're going to call that foul there. All base runners move. Now they'll go back, except for Hall. Hall kind of knew that one was going to be a foul, so she stays at first. So now a 1-2 count for Green. Green has yet to get on base with a hit. She did get on with an error in the second inning in this one, but she grounded out to shortstop. there in the third, and now she's back up here in the fifth with a 1-2 count on her. Beaver steps back up to the rubber. Puts it in her glove, comes back, it's a pitch, and it's in there, and it's going to be just inside. 2-2 count there against Green. Again, bases loaded. Hall on first, Longson on second, Ella Edgman on third. She got a stolen base. She got her first one of the game in this inning. She has 5 on the tournament, and that's 54 of the year. The ball goes in there. It's a strike 3, and that's going to leave 3 stranded here for the Indians in this 5th inning. So Green's going to strike out. That's the 3rd strikeout there for Beaver, and or actually 4th strikeout, for Beaver in this one. So 3 stranded. So the Indians have left 5 stranded in this ball game, and yes, Southside's left 5 stranded as well. So both teams with equal opportunities to score. Sequatchie County has been able to what's the word I'm looking for? Take advantage of that. That's what I'm trying to say here. Get lost in words sometimes when you're watching a great game of softball here. Next 3 up for the Lady Hawks in the top of the 6th inning. That's going to be start with Anna Taylor, Kalani Kuroda, and Kayla Beaver. All 3 seniors, the 3rd baseman, the 1st baseman, and the pitcher, respectively. Mack back in the circle for the Indians. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts here in this ball game, and she's going to be working on 318 as we start this inning here in the top of the 6th. We go to Anna Taylor. She's standing outside the box, and now she's going to take a few practice swings, and then she's going to step in. Turner puts her face mask on. She comes up there and likes to warm up without it on. Then she puts it back on, gets in her routine, and starts to wind up the pitch in there, and it's going to be down low, ball 1 against Taylor. And so we go to the top of the 6th. Sequatchie County leads 4-1 after the home run from Megan Hall. There in the, I think that was the 3rd as they foul off. That was Taylor fouling the ball off. Yes, that was in the 3rd. We had a home run. That was a 3-run home run there for Hall, and an RBI single for Worley sent Hall home, Megan Hall home in the 2nd inning. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and it's going to be hit straight to the shortstop, Ella Edgman, for out number 1 of this one. So that's a fly out to shortstop for out number 1 against Anna Taylor. Next up, Kalani Kuroda. That just rolls off the tongue. What a great name there, Kalani Kuroda. Stepping up to the plate here. 1st baseman, number 56. Yeah, 56 on her jersey. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there and inside as the ball gets away from Dennis. There, I think it just come off her glove and came back here. No harm, no foul because no one on base with 1 out here in this 6th inning. Lawndale broadcast here today. Again, we'll be at the baseball game at 2 o'clock today. We'll broadcast that game as well as this one, and there should be another game, baseball or softball, later today that we will cover if it comes down to it. The pitch goes in there. It's going to be a ball there for the 1-1 count against Kuroda for the Lady Hawks. Turner's going to step back, get back in her routine. She's going to step up to the rubber, get a little dirt in there. Here comes the pitch. It's in there. It's going to be high, ball number 2 on Kuroda. Very senior-laden squad here for Southside. 6 seniors in this lineup and probably 1 or 2 that's not in this lineup, I would say, if you look at their roster. But I will say this, this might be their last game, so they might be sending their seniors out on this one, trying to stay alive, both of these teams in the state tournament. And strike 2 there. She got her swinging, and it's going to be a 2-2 count now to Kuroda. Turner, the wind blowing from her left over from my right to her left, and it's going to be fouled off, and it's going to hit the top of the south side dugout down the first base line. And I will say, I just looked over there, And a lot of dents on that one. A lot of people fouling it off to that dugout over there. 2-2 count on Kuroda. Turner it's her routine. She comes back. She walks back after the pitch. She walks back if there's not a play. She walks back about halfway between the circle and second base. Then she steps back up to the rubber and delivers the pitch like she just did there. And that's going to be fouled off again. And this is Kuroda. Beaver is on deck. And next up would be the sophomore, Alexa Goff, excuse me. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled up, back over to the fence. Still a 2-2 count. Whitwell got done with their game. Again, they won 7-1, and they continue to advance in the losers bracket of this softball tournament. Starting to see a lot of red with W's on it coming over here to the Sequatchie County game. They're wanting to see what the Indians are doing. The Tigers have been here 3 straight years. Last time the Indians were here was 2014 before they started that streak. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in. It's going to be hit to about infield there at the shortstop, and it's going to be an easy fly out to Ella Edgman. That's her second straight fly out catch in this inning. First was Anna Taylor, and now Kuroda popped it up to her. Well, this one was more of a pop-up. The other one was kind of like a line drive that she just caught in stride there, but still goes down on the books as a fly out. So here comes Turner. She's on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be in there for a strike on that outside corner. So here's Turner. Sorry for the silence. Here's Turner coming with a pitch. It's going to be inside, and they're going to call that a foul ball. I guess that went off the bottom of the bat there for Beaver. So now an 0-2 count to her. She's going to step off, take about 4 or 5 steps away from the box, and talk to Coach for a second. After the umpire explains what happened there, it did go off the bottom of the bat there on the knob. Longson comes over to Turner, gives her the high five with the gloves there, and they tap gloves, and she comes back to the circle. Longson on second there. Turner, she comes in with a pitch, and it's going to be in there, but it's going to be high outside there for ball number 1. So Turner comes back up into the circle. She gets on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and it's going to be fouled back up to the net up there. Still a 1-2 count. Over here on the Division II field, bottom of the 5th, St. Benedict trails GPS from Chattanooga 8-4. And Southside, of course, the 2 games going on right now. The first round of games here in the losers bracket going on right now. Only 2 still going on. The rest of them are going to get started here as Sequatchie County leads Southside 4-1. That's going to be fouled off straight back to the fence, 1-2, the count there for Beaver. I want to thank y'all for joining in today on TSSN Radio, Spirit Nation Radio, your home for Indian athletics. We'll have the baseball game later today at 2 o'clock over at Smyrna High School. We'll be heading over there in just a short bit. Ball going to fly up and going to hit the net up here, and it's going to be another foul ball as the Lady Indians try to get out number 3 in this one with the pitcher Beaver up to bat. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning, and they'll have one more. The Lady Hawks will have one more chance after this inning to score, tie, or lead this game. And the pitch comes in. It's going to be just outside, and it's going to be a 2-2 count now on Beaver. And I think the umpire had to look twice on that one to see what that one was going to be, because that one looked like a real pretty pitch. And so here we go. Turner's going to stretch, going to take her arms, put them together behind her back, and fall over with it. Now she's got the ball. Here comes the pitch. Could this be the strikeout? It's going to be fouled off again, and Beaver not giving up anything in this one. How many pitches is that bat been? You have that? No. No. A lot of pitches in this at bat. I'll have to go look at this one after the game because, that's a lot. 8. At least 8 pitches in this at bat. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be get her swinging, and it doesn't matter how many pitches because she gets the strikeout. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th strikeout, 318 on the year for Mackenzie Turner. What a fantastic season she has had. 318 strikeouts on this season. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, Sequatchie County leads 4-1. We'll be right back after this short music break.
It's kinda crazy that your name is Grace. Your name is Grace. Cause that's what I need right now in this crazy place. It's great. It's not that I did something, it's the fact that I didn't. And I'm so ashamed it took 25 years just to get it. Cause people make fun, and I just laugh with it. But that was me as a child. I just pray you forgive me. Nah. Hear my heart, hear my heart, hear my heart. Nah.
And Mackenzie Turner, she's going to come up to bat as Beaver is still in the circle for Southside, Jackson Southside, out of Jackson, Tennessee, by the way. The Lady Hawks, that's what their nickname. As Beaver comes with the pitch to Turner, it's going to be in there for a ball, low there with some heat. So 1-0 count to Turner. Beaver's going to step back and pose herself. Now she comes with a pitch, and it's going to be fouled off by Turner up into the net there for a 1-1 count. Turner, she struck out in the second inning on her first at bat, and her second at bat, she grounded out to first. So Beaver, ball in hand, going to take it, put it in her glove. Here comes the pitch. And just inside there, ball number 2, a 2-1 count to Turner. Hearing some air horns over here on the Division II field over here. Beaver in the circle. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit straight to the second baseman, and that's going to be out number 1. She's going to fly out to second base. So just about every way you can get out, she's got out, a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out for Mackenzie Turner. Next up, Josie Worley, the senior for this Indian squad. They're trying to hold on to a 4-1 lead here, and they will play the winner if they win this one of Creekwood and Gibbs, and that game will take place right after this one, 30 minutes after this one concludes. I think it was supposed to take place at 11:30, but we are well past that point right now. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there and just high there. So it's going to be a ball. Worley's going to step out, take some pitches, looking over at Coach Veal. Coach Veal trying to give her some encouragement there. Now Beaver, she steps up to the rubber. Here comes the pitch from her, and it's going to be just inside. It's going to be a ball, number 2, a 2-0 count to Worley, the first baseman, senior for the Sequatchie County Indians. By the way, the Indians donning the all-black uniforms, white socks, and purple writing on the jersey. And here comes the pitch from Beaver. It's going to be in there and just outside high. That's going to be a 3-0 count for her. Jackson Southside, they're black and red. They have the black jerseys, white pants. Looks like black socks there. And then the red writing on the jersey. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, and it's going to be outside. Worley is going to go to first on a walk. Now Jaden Gurley, she steps up. She's the freshman. She's left field, but she's also left-handed here. And here comes the pitch from Beaver in there, and it's going to be a strike there for her, and first pitch a strike for Beaver. Against Worley here. Or Girdley, excuse me. Girdley struck out twice in this one, trying to keep that from happening again as she fouls it off over here in the net on the third base side. So now she got an 0-2 count on her, excuse me. I'm just jumbling up every word known to man today, and that's my fault. I apologize. 0-2 count here. Struck out twice. Will it be 3 times here? And Beaver going to give a long look, put the ball in her glove, and here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit, fouled off down the third base line and out of play. Looks like past some fans down here on the third base side. So still an 0-2 count for her. And the umpire is going to come and sum up to the pitcher here. I think they're just going to replace the ball there is what they're doing there. And he's going to come back down to the home plate. Bree Ramsey standing in front of him. And she's going to swat down now in all that catcher gear. Here comes the pitch from Beaver. It's going to be hit. It's going to get it just outside the glove of the shortstop there. And now 2 on base. That's Worley at second. And now Girdley on first, and that will go down as a base hit. It will. That will not be an error. So, because it just got outside her glove, it wasn't within her reach there. So now we got a single. And Girdley, she gets on for the first time of this game. And look, I think that may be the first time of this tournament. No, it's not the first time of this tournament. She was 3 for 6 coming into today. And now she's 4 for 9 in this tournament. So now we go back to the top of the lineup. Ella Edgman, the lefty. Beaver comes with a pitch. And it's going to be hit and fouled off into the net up here for strike 1, 0-1 to count to her. So Edgman, she grounded out to third base in the first, grounded out to third base in the third, and ended up with a single in the 5th inning, last inning. She stole a base, and then on a walk there to Longson, she got over, or a walk to Hall, she got over to third. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there, and it's going to be just outside. 1-1 count that Beaver is working on Edgman. Ella Edgman, by the way, tied the state tournament record yesterday for stolen bases. She had 4 in that game against Alcoa. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be high up in the zone. No guacamole for that one. 2-1 the count there. She's going to step out, and of course she's stepping out toward the south side dugout on the first base line because she is a left-handed batter. She's going to take a practice swing or two, and then she's going to step back in to the box. Beaver comes with the pitch. In there, it's going to be hit. Center field is going to go deep, 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 and it's going to land right before the fence there, enough for them to field it. And it's going to go to third. They're going to get her to third there. That is Girdley. No, that is Worley's going to get home there, and Girdley's going to go to third. Is that right? Worley got home on that one, correct? So Worley gets home. Girdley goes to third. And now that's going to go down as a double for Ella Edgman. And I believe that's her 25th of the season, as now the Lady Hawks, they'll meet with all their players. Even the outfielders are going to come into the circle, and they're going to have a quick meeting with themselves. So a double by Ella Edgman scores Worley, who got to first on a single, and Girdley got there on a single as well, and now she's sitting on third and sitting pretty, waiting for Addie Edgman maybe to make something happen. 1 out here with 2 on for the Lady Indians, both of those in scoring position. that is Girdley and Edgman now. So now they're going to bring in another pitcher. This is, what's the number on that? Testing. Okay, to make sure I got that. That is number 5 for the Hawks. That's Kimberly Payne. She's listed as a pitcher. She's a freshman. And she was batting 8th in that lineup there. She was the designated player, designated hitter there. So now she is going to pitch, so you don't even have to really change anything up. You can just swap the designated player for her. And she's going to move some dirt out of the way and get comfortable there, and she's going to get some warm-up pitches here. And this is an interesting move by the Hawks. You put in the freshman pitcher, get her some experience at the state tournament too. But you're also, your pitcher's tired. You pitched 3 straight games. That was 11 before this, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And now 17, you're in your 17th inning with her in this tournament. A lot of pitches from her. It's time to replace her with a freshman to see if you can survive for another game in this tournament. And if you can, you're going to have her a little bit more fresh than you did before. So right now we just await the warm-up pitches here as the catcher for the Hawks goes to the circle. That's Bree Ramsey. And now they're going to get ready and get set for Addie Edgman to come in. Here in this 6th inning, this is bottom of the 6th here. Trying to stop Sequatchie from scoring anymore. Now your score here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-1 is your score, Sequatchie County. Addie Edgman takes her first pitch. It's going to be just inside that zone, a strike to her. She is the center fielder, a freshman, of course, a sister to Ella Edgman, the shortstop who bats first in the lineup. And if the score keeps going the way it is, Sequatchie County will play again today at 4 o'clock, and that pitch is in there, and that was a ball. Okay, thought it missed, just making sure. A 1-1 count here to Edgman. Waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. It's going to be hit. It's going to be up in the air, and it's going to go to shallow, or actually deep infield there. And that's going to be out number 2 of this inning. That's going to be a fly out to what looked like shortstop there in that general area. So now you have a new pitcher in here. Her name's Kimberly Payne, number 5 for the Hawks. And having a little trouble hitting off of her. 2 outs now. 2 outs and 2 on. Both in scoring position. That is Girdley at third, Edgman at second. And now Ramsey's going to squat down behind home. Here comes the pitch from Payne. Payne just outside there. Well, a little bit farther than just outside. That's more outside. But that is going to be ball 2. No, sorry. That is going to be ball 1 there. Sorry, I was on the last batter. That was the first pitch to that one, yes. I was still on Edgman. She's already out of there. That's Longson up to bat now. The second baseman, the junior for the Indians. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be in there, and strike number 1, 1-1 count here that Payne is working on. Kimberly Payne. She hasn't pitched at this tournament. The first time she has pitched in this state tournament right here. This state tournament, at least. I don't know if they've been to others. I don't know. I didn't go that far back. I didn't do my research, I guess. But here comes the pitch. It's going to be just outside the zone. 2-1 count. I mean, I don't know what constitutes research. Do I need to go back to last year to figure out who the pitchers are? That's the question. All right, here comes Longson. 2-1 is the count to her. Payne going to step in with the pitch after a long look. It's going to be in there. It's going to be a foul ball, so that is going to be a 2-2 count now. Right down the pipe, that ball came. Again, Sequatchie County baseball, Sequatchie County softball, and Sequatchie County track and field all up here at the Spring Fling. It's Spring Fling 26 here in Murfreesboro this year. Coach Morrison, Coach Chris Morrison, the athletic director for Sequatchie County down here, watching the game on. And Longs is going to hit it to left center field. It's going to miss the glove, and that's going to be a double for her as she sends in both runners. That was Edgman and Girdley. And that won't go down as an error, will it? That will just go down as a double for her. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the technical stuff here, so we're getting it. I haven't been wrong in about 3 or 4 innings here, so. So 1 on. That's 2 more scores. So now we're up to 7-1. The score here. Sequatchie County over the Hawks in this 6th inning. Here comes the pitch in there, and it's going to be a strike. That's strike 1 to Dennis. 1 on, 2 outs for the Lady Indians. They've left 5 stranded in this game. They've scored 3 in this inning right here. And that's going to be a foul ball down the third base line there for strike number 2. 0-2 the count on Dennis. A lot of purple and gold. Creekwood and Gibbs teams are starting to file, or fans are starting to file in here. They were supposed to start at 11:30. It is now 11:59. So 30 minutes past when they were supposed to start, and they'll have another 30 minutes before they will start after this one. And that's going to be outside ball 1, the 1-2 count to Dennis. And again, Lady Indians will play the winner of Creekwood and Gibbs here later today at 4. And they'll have a little bit more rest than those 2 teams. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be up in the air and going straight to the pitcher Payne for out number 3 of this one. Fly out to the pitcher, but the damage is done. Lady Indians, they lead 7-1 here at the end of the 6th inning, and that will give Jackson Southside one more chance to come away with a tie or a win. We'll continue with some music here on your break.
Remember your son graduation, that's when I met your friends. And they was all having conversation, but they was saying stuff that I couldn't understand. Then all of a sudden it felt like I understood something I missed my whole life. For the first time I was wearing your shoes, and for the first time I was hearing your views. I never knew how complicated life is when you feel so isolated. And I know we don't speak much, cause when talking got hard, all I ever did was throw the piece up. My big sister Grace, I'm sorry, I never learned to sign. And even though you were born deaf, I pray you forgive me for the years I lived blind.
And we're back here on TSSN Radio. Next 3 up for the Lady Hawks, South Jackson Southside. It's going to be Alexa Goff. I believe it's going to be Kimberly Payne still. She's going to stay in that same spot. And then Bree Ramsey, number 33, for the Hawks. Mackenzie Turner still in the circle. And a lot of innings pitched. And coming into this game, she had 3,098 pitches, including the 2 state tournament games. And she gets strike number 1 there on here at the top of the 7th on Goff. Got the 0-1 count now. Indian fans sitting here waiting for this game today in baseball. So we popped up, and it's going to be an out number 1 to Ella Edgman, and that's going to be a fly out to shortstop for Goff. Next up is going to be Payne, I believe. Yes, number 5, Payne. She was the designated player, so they just did a simple swap, and she didn't even have to move out of her spot in the lineup here. She was just the pitcher. Got put in for the pitcher last inning, or last half inning. And so the pitch comes in from Turner. It's going to be outside, a 1-0 count now. Going to step out of the box, take a swing or 2, then going to step back in. Here comes Turner. She's going to move some dirt around, get comfortable behind that rubber, and here comes the pitch. in there and high there. 2-0 count now against Payne. Payne, the freshman. And up next in the circles, number 33, Bree Ramsey. She is the catcher for this squad in Jackson. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be another ball. 3-0 count now to Payne. Payne with a chance to get on base here. If that pitch comes in, it comes outside. Turner going to step back. Now she's going to get back on the rubber. Here comes the pitch in there. And it's going to be just outside, and that's going to be a ball, and she's going to get there on a walk. So 1 on, 1 out for the Hawks. The Lady Hawks of Jackson Southside. They're taking on your Lady Indians here on TSSN Radio, your home for Indian athletics. The baseball game, we'll have that at 2 o'clock today at Smyrna High School, so be sure to tune in later today. Now here comes Turner with the pitch in there, and that's going to be a strike right down the pipe. And the first strike in 2 batters here. And now the umpire is going to go over here and talk to the coach for Southside. Out here while we're waiting on this, Worley and Longson tap gloves, talking to themselves for a minute, and then they're going to go back to their respective positions. Beautiful day here. The sun's starting to come down, and some of those people out there, out in the fans, are starting to feel it, and I'm sure these players are too, as Turner's going to come in with the 0-1 pitch. And it's going to be down the third base line. Throw to second is good. Throw to first. They're going to get it there, but not in time. So out number 1, they're going to do a fielder's choice there for that out. And it's going to be out number 2 there. And fielder's choice gets her to first. That's Ramsey. Now you're back up to the top of your lineup if you're Southside here. This is what you wanted. You've got Shelton. She has got on base all 3 times. She has been up to bat here. If you're going to have some magic here in this state tournament game, it's going to be now. Here comes the pitch in there, and outside is that one. 2 outs, 1 on for the Lady Hawks. Turner in the circle. Winding the ball around. Here it comes, and it's going to be just in there for the strike. And a 1-1 count now to Shelton. 1 on, 2 outs. Ramsey is on first. She's the catcher and the freshman. Or one of 2 freshmen in this lineup. Here comes the pitch. In there and outside. It's going to be high and outside there for ball number 2. You got a 2-1 count now on Shelton. Shelton, a senior, this could be her last game, as well as the 5 other in the lineup after her. And she's going to get in the box. Here comes the pitch from Turner. It's in there. It's going to be fouled off and back to the fence. And now we got a 2-2 count brewing here for Mackenzie Turner. And Turner going to go back and step back between second and the pitcher circle. Come back up to the rubber now. A lot of fans here for this one in Sequatchie County. The Creekwood and Gibbs fans waiting for this one to end. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be fouled up, and it's going to be caught there for out number 3. And Abby McGowan down the third base line gets the ball, and the Indians are your victors in this one, as they will play the winner of Creekwood and Gibbs, who will play right after this. But what a catch there by McGowan, a diving catch coming down from third base, down the line toward home plate, about two-thirds of the way to third from home, and she gets that out. That's 3, a fly out to third base for Shelton. So we have a game today at 4 o'clock. The Indians, the Lady Indians, will take on the winner of Creekwood and Gibbs. But here's the thing about that. Let's hold our horses, because here's what we got today on our broadcast schedule. Don't go away. You'll want to listen to this. we will be at the baseball game here, and it's always, by the way, it's always good to see all the players out there. They're on the field. They're praying with each other. Always a good sight to see. I always love to see that because there are things more important than softball, and that's always a good reminder to the fans and the players out here. But here's the thing. Here's what we got going on. Today at 2 o'clock, Sequatchie County Baseball plays in Smyrna. We're going to head over there after an interview with Coach Kelly Somerville here after the game. We're going to go head out there, and we're going to get ready, set up there, and we're going to do that game. Now, that game starts at 2. If they win that game, they will play again right after, and that's supposed to be around 4. The way baseball's been going over there, it's probably going to be a little after 4, about 4:30 or so. So, we've got baseball at 2, and if they win, we'll go right back to baseball, and we'll stay there. If they lose, we will be back here and try to get here in time for this 4 o'clock start at Starplex Field number 2 for this game between Sequatchie County and looks like it's going to be Sequatchie County and the winner of Creekwood and Gibbs. But that is our schedule. It's going to be a little tentative. We'll keep y'all updated on Facebook and see what's going on there. But we are having to play a little musical chairs here, trying to figure out where we're broadcasting and what we're going to do there. So stick around. We'll keep you updated on Facebook. I'm Chandler Morrison here with TSSN Radio. Y'all hold tight for a break. We're going to go talk to Coach Kelly Somerville right after this one.
Sometimes these words aren't enough, so let me show you. Let me show you. It's gonna take time. Sometimes these words aren't enough, so let me show you. Let me show you. It's kinda crazy. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Already, yeah, y'all ready? Look, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Already, look, y'all ready, I'm ready, y'all ready. I go for that, I get it. Came in this game in your gray on a mission that fountain blue, that's club lit, but I ain't seen too many, y'all living. Seem like everybody tryna fit it, living that life like a highlight reel. That ain't real, they ain't tell you about the sweat they spill, how they got no jail just to get it. I'm living the high life, yeah. High art for the most high, my wife in them high heels, ooh, high five, that's nice. You know that's right. And now I got fans, I got family. I'm on my chief keep, y'all understand me, squad. There's nothing left to say. I know where I'm going. We're starting here today. And you know that right. You know that's right. You know that's right. Yeah. You know that's right. Yeah. You know that's right. Yeah. My savior is Jewish, my lawyer is Jewish, my stomach is Buddhist. I'm trying to lose it, but I need to chill on fig Newtons. I swear I don't sweat the money, only the music. Now I got the juice and my words got influence. That's power to use it, and I don't want the blood. First off, rap lied to us. Y'all ain't figured that yet? They got the whole world trying to ball out. Ball so hard, but you still got that. I don't respect anybody that's trying to flex. Y'all looking the weakest. Cause I was with a billionaire last week and the boy had Pele sneakers on. My homegirl started stripping. I said, chill, get your degree. She told me, Andy, you tripping, cause you don't make more money than me. Well, you know that's right, but some money always come with a price. I love this life, but I'm sure what I got next to die for, yeah. There's nothing left to say. I know where I'm going. We're starting here today. And you know that right. You know that's right. Nobody told me you could die like this. Nobody told me you could die from bliss, yeah. Nobody told me, nobody told me. We never ever saw it coming on, no. Live it up, live it up. Nobody ever told us we could die like this. Live it up, live it up. Nobody ever told us, we never saw it coming on. Live it up, live it up. Nobody ever told us we could die like this. Live it up, live it up. Corrupted by the comfort we get. God prepare me for the war. Comfort be the thing that'll make a king fall. Eyes on the law, gotta grip that blade of the sword.
All right, we're back here on TSS Radio. I'm here with head coach Kelly Somerville. I'm going to put the headset on her, and she's going to get to talk to you for a second.
Hey, Chandler.
Hey, Coach. So, on that game, you come in today, you got a morning game again. Do you feel like you had a lot more rest than you did yesterday morning?
Yeah, yesterday we came out ready to play, and we won a game. And then we went and supported our boys' baseball team, and they had a close game and came out winning. And I think going to see them and see them fight for that game and come out to win and make the trip to today to get in the Final Four, I think that added some extra motivation for us to come out today and try to fight to get to the Final Four today. And we were ready to play today. And, that team we played is a very good team, and, hats off to them. Their shortstop and third baseman just ate us alive in the field. They made some really good quality plays out there. But that was a really good team, and they just fought for the game, fought for every pitch, and played really hard. I'm really proud of them.
What can you say about the performance of Megan Hall? She's 6 for 9 on this tournament, 3 for 3 today, a home run, and she got around the home run, got around the home plate twice. What can you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, Megan Hall has been coming in as a freshman, right from the very beginning of the year, we said this is a good-sized kid to be a freshman. All the natural ability is just bleeding out of her. She was a little green coming in, trying to get her coached up on how we want her to play the game, and she's just a smart kid. I've got her in class, and this is a straight-A algebra student, so she has picked up quickly to what I want from her, and came out today. She had a 3-0 count, and then swung at that fourth pitch that should have been ball 4, and kind of looks at me because she knows I'm going to get on her, and then she chipped that one to right field. And, that's just kind of what she does, is she gets out there and plays. She's an athlete. She's a player, and she's just a freshman playing in a state tournament here. So she's only going to continue to improve and get better.
Not quite 18 strikeouts today, but still got 6 in there, I believe, today. What can you say about
Yeah, I mean, Mackenzie's just tough as nails. That umpire was squeezing both pitchers today. As hitters, we try to take advantage of it. We try to say, look, he's not calling this pitch, he's calling this. That's part of the game, is that you get over there in the dugout and you learn what the umpire is calling, and then you make it to your advantage. And so after a couple of innings of seeing it, we finally quit swinging at pitches that we realized he wasn't going to call strikes, and started working his strike zone to our advantage. But, Mackenzie didn't get some calls today that she would have gotten, in previous games, previous umpires, but she just dug down deep and worked through it. And Jessica found his strike zone back there, and Mac threw to it, and they just pushed through it and found a way to win.
I appreciate it, Coach. Good luck to y'all today.
Thank you.
And that was head coach Kelly Somerville. They just won this game 7-1 here against Jackson Southside. They'll play the winner of Creekwood and Gibbs. That game's going to go on here and start here in about 30 minutes. We're going to get packed up here, get everything ready, and we're going to head out to Smyrna, about a 20-minute drive from here, to watch the baseball team. They're going to take on Forest today. They got to beat them twice, and if they do that, they'll be in the state championship tomorrow at MTSU. Sequatchie County, they will play today again at 4, so we have an if game. By the way, here's the schedule. So baseball at 2 today. We'll be on the call for that. If they win again, we'll play the baseball game, because that will be their playing game to the championship. And Sequatchie County, they will play again today in softball at 4 o'clock. And if baseball loses the first game, we'll come over here and try to get to this one as soon as possible and get this game called. Sequatchie County softball, they still have a potential of playing 1, 2, 3, and to win a state title, they had to win 4 games to get there. We'll see you today at 2 o'clock, and hopefully we'll be able to call some more baseball, more softball, and we'll have at least 3 broadcasts for you today. We know that for sure. A long, long day here at TSSN Radio, Spear Nation Radio. As always, I'm Chandler Morrison. Go Indians, and God bless.